What factors led up to that event?
Good question. Multiple factors. So I was in a tumultuous relationship, and it was nobody's fault. It was just where we were at. But that's just the surface. That's the trigger. I was being triggered by that. I had all the shame, guilt, and failure swirling around me a lot. And when we were in London, 1 month before me provoking the police to shoot me dead, we're in London. This storm of suicidal ideation was popping up, but I didn't know what it was. And I didn't have the words to articulate what was happening inside of me, all this worthlessness, all these voices, or the power of this energy that was telling me I am shit. And I'm sitting I'm saying this close. We're on the internet, but my best friend sitting across the table from me in London, and I don't know how to tell him. Like, this thing is yelling, screaming at me, like, you are shit. And I'm with my best friend. I go, I don't know how to say it without sounding weak, useless, vulnerable, all these things I've been taught to as a man to stay away from. So yeah, I was swirling in London 1 month earlier, and like I say to people, on the outside, it looked like I was living the dream. I was falling over mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But it was all coming from my past, which is in the documentary, was unresolved trauma, and I had no idea.
So it's like reaching out to you reinforced the things that you already felt like you was internally, and you didn't want to be. You didn't want to be weak. And to you, to reaching out was actually reinforcing those things you was running away from.
Yeah, all of that. I was told that being emotional was a weakness as a male. You harden up, take a cup of concrete. That should sort out your problems, mate, brother. And obviously, those things do not work. It's not harden up, it's open up. So let's not get into the harden up club. Let's get into the open up club. And so I was believing this mythology, and also all the shame, guilt, and failure from my own childhood trauma was starting to surface, but I didn't know what that was. It was just coming up, and thoughts, feelings, emotions. It was spurting up, and I was trying to put the lid back on the boiling pot, and that was not working. Then boom, just burst off, and I was like, I don't deserve to live anymore. But it wasn't the first time, James. So that was 2009. Years later, when I was 21, so that's when I was 36, 2009. When I was 21, I had suicidal events, 3 in one day, which really put me into a psychiatric unit, a very well-known one in south of Auckland. So these are all like massive indications that this guy's, something's not good with him. And my family didn't have the tools. And I'll share this with you. Seeing a therapist or psychiatrist at the time, I was just lying because I was scared to tell him what he needed to hear. I just went, if I just tell him the bare minimum, I'll get out of this place soon. I'm not crazy. I shouldn't be here.